Hi, boys and girls. The story that we're going to read is called Boy Invents Toys. Did you remember what the word invents means from the story that we read earlier? That's right. Invents means to create something new. Richie Stokowski's Wet and Wild inventions are making waves in toy stores. Richie Stokowski, 14, got a big idea while snorkeling in Hawaii with his dad 4 years ago. I was seeing cool things like weird angelfish, turtles, and eels, Richie remembers. He wanted to point the critters out to his dad before they swam away. But going to the surface to talk was way too slow. At the surface, Richie asked his dad if there was a way to talk underwater. When his dad said no, Richie decided to invent an underwater walkie-talkie. He made a few sketches in the family's hotel room that night. Then, when his family got home to California, Richie researched how sound travels underwater. He began experimenting with everything from soda cans to rolled up sheets of plastic. He used $267 he had in a savings account to buy supplies. Some parents would not be happy if their kid emptied out a savings account to fiddle around with cans underwater. But Richie's mom, Barbara, is an inventor too. We thought Richie's product would be really successful, she says. Richie tried out about 100 different designs for his underwater walkie-talkie. His dad helped him test them in neighborhood swimming pools. After about 3 weeks of hard work, Richie finally had a design that allowed two people 15 feet apart to talk underwater. Now Richie was ready to sell his water talkies. But how? We went out and looked at different stores, Barbara remembers. We picked 5 or 6 that we liked. We started at one store because it was Richie's favorite. Richie looked up the phone number of the buyer, the person who chooses the toys and games the store will sell, in one of his mom's reference books on inventing. His name was Chuck Miller. Richie called Miller to ask for a meeting. Was he scared? I was only 10, Richie says. I was too young to be scared. Miller was impressed. Pool and water toys, he explained, are pretty much the same year after year. Rafts, floats, beach balls. Richie had something that was different, says Miller, so I jumped at the chance. He invited Richie and his mom to the store's headquarters in New Jersey to tell him more about water talkies. I gave the sales speech, Richie remembers. He showed off his package design, discussed prices and other details, and explained when he could deliver the toys. The wheeling and dealing went on for 2.5 hours. Near the end of the meeting, Richie showed Miller a fish tank with a water-talkie inserted in one side. Richie talked through the water-talkie while Mother listened through a stethoscope pressed to the glass. "Can you hear me?" Richie asked. Miller said, "Whoa, this is great." When the dealing was over, he placed an order for 50,000 sets of water-talkies. Back at home, Richie hired a businessman to find a factory to make the toys and help run his new company. Meanwhile, Richie drummed up more sales. And while kids across the country were discovering water-talkies during the summer of 1997, Richie came up with 2 new toys. The following year, he brought out the Aquascope, a pool periscope, and the Bumper Jumper Water Pumper, a float with a water blasting paddle. Recently, Richie decided to sell his toy business so he could focus on school and sports. He wouldn't tell us exactly how much money his inventions brought him, but said almost all of it is earning interest in the bank. He added that he spent $400 and gave $1,000 to charities that support kid entrepreneurs. "I don't need the money now," he explains. Plus, he says, he's not in it for the money. He just loves to invent. Wow, what a talented young man, boys and girls. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the story. And remember, after reading it today, you need to read it one more time tomorrow. Thanks, guys.